The reason why I made this video is because I know that as a beginner artist, you don't know where to start. Sometimes you feel like you enjoy drawing, but you don't know what aspect you enjoy. Do you enjoy doodling? Do you enjoy drawing flowers? Do you enjoy drawing environments, houses? Like capturing historical landmarks? Some people just enjoy doing that, and if you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider subscribing, ring the bell for notifications, and if you enjoy these types of videos, let me know in the comment down below what was your favorite book that you saw in the video. My favorite part for myself is that I enjoy creating characters and stories that evoke emotion. So, alright, so this is the first one. This is Lois, and if you aren't familiar with Lois, they are an artist on social media who focused on digital illustration with a more fluid like movement to their drawings. And this one is really cool because I actually got it signed, and if you can tell right here, I got the deluxe deluxe like the I got the slipcase and all the other books because the other two books I didn't get them when they first released. But I got this one, and essentially, this book covers a lot of different things, but mostly style and Lois's style on how they were able to just their general journey through making art and trying different things, experimenting a lot, what has or hasn't worked for them. And all of this is really great. I feel like it's great for understanding what another artist goes through and how they sort of break down the good elements and the bad elements. But overall, just really experimenting and trying to find what works for them and speaks to their personal voice. And that is what I love about Lois. You can just really tell that she has explored a lot of things, and with a lot of character and like storytelling, it tells a lot. Like I love this sort of detail where she breaks down the silhouette and how to add movement, but also keeping it consistent and clear so it's not like muddy and you can't tell what's going on, but it's very clear what's going on. And that's what I love about her work. And a lot of it is very sketchy, but in a good way, and you can still understand just the general like thought process and brainstorming. Like I love this. I love this so much because I struggle myself with trying to keep my lines loose, is using your whole arm to draw, because your whole arm is like, it gives it more more flow, I believe. I have been following Lois for since 2016, 2017 that Lois has made. And it's all really great. Like you can see the different styles, the different character explorations, like just the overall expression. That is what I love a lot. And it's really great to see an artist that you admire and you're like, this is what I want to do. This is what inspires me to draw. And the notes just sort of tell you how they sort of decide what elements are or aren't working. It's like my favorite part of being an artist is understanding and breaking down what does work about the simplicity of certain artwork and how to apply that to my own work. And this is what I love about Lois. It's just really awesome to see how far they've come and just their general work and different ways of exploring colors and storytelling. Like I really love this sort of vast landscape, and then you have the character at like 10% of the art, and it's just like really cool because you're like, this is a world where this character lives and we're experiencing it in a third person, so we're not like seeing it through their eyes, we're seeing it behind them and they're in the moment. And that's what I really love. Explore and try out new things that may or may not work, and in the end, it could be, just by exploring that, maybe you find just like a little tiny detail that you like. And this is what I really love about Lois's artwork, is being able to understand their art journey and how it can apply to me. Yes! Thank you, Lois. Thank you for creating a book like this. It's really great. I hope that you all check this out because it's definitely worth it. And I'm so happy that I got this book. So yeah, I got the whole collection. I got the slipcase because I decided that it would be worth it, and it honestly is worth it. And this is one of my favorite collections that I have. Okay, so this next book is Your Career in Animation: How to Survive and Thrive. But for me, I mainly got this from a friend, and the friend gave it to me because they were an illustration major and I was an animation major, and they said that this was something that they got, but they don't really have a use for it, and I've had this book since then for about 5 years. It is about their journey and personal stories about how they got in their career for animation. So again, the title of the book kind of explains a little bit. It just covers a lot of different little stories on what did or didn't work for them, things that really happen in like the like kind of like the environment, the work environment, and like the people that work there. Sometimes, like you meet people who aren't as hardworking, but they're in the studio because they may or may not have a good connection, and that's how they got the job. But essentially, this book covers just their own personal experience working in the industry and um, mistakes that they've made, things that have worked for them or things that haven't worked for them. And what I really enjoy about this is that this is around the time where Cartoon Network had like Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. Um, I can't think of any other ones. My brain is blanking out, but like Courage the Cowardly Dog, so many things. And Blue's Clues, like all the different TV studios, this covers that, and it's really great because it just sort of tells you that a lot of people make their own mistakes, and you may find like career and advice sort of help. And I believe this type of book is very helpful if you feel like you're stuck and you're looking for some advice, you're looking for things that other people have tried that worked for them that maybe work for you. But again, this is a type of book where it doesn't apply to everybody unless you specifically are pursuing this career, which is animation. That people should know before going into the industry and what's involved. And like it's just really cool because they certain things that you are looking for, maybe it's in this book, like choosing your battles on the job, things that you may relate to or you're specifically needing help with. There are certain things that this book covers, and it's really great because I think that this is a great resource if you're pursuing animation. I think this book is great because it covers so much in the industry and things in the past that have happened, things that you feel like you don't know, but maybe you want to know, like that you should be informed before you just sort of pursue the pursue this field. But essentially, what I really like about this book is that it gives you the basic information on what you should expect if you're pursuing this career path. I'm personally working on networking, and that is something that I struggle with, which I really love that this book goes into detail on how they sort of faced it and mistakes that they've made, steps that worked for them, and the pictures are are a bonus, and that's what I really like. And I believe this is just such a great resource as a book because there are things that not a lot of people talk about in the industry that I feel like this book can cover and answer questions that you or may not have. Send an email or like a recruiter and, ask them what like send them an email with your link and your portfolio or like examples of work. When you want career advice or just general life advice, this is the book that has helped me understand why there are techniques and methods that work better than others, and that's what I appreciate about this book. So I hope you go check it out. But we're going to move on because I don't have a lot of time. I'm running out of time to record. But essentially, I have a lot of art books. These are the art of movies, either Disney or Pixar. So we can just kind of go through them. But this is the sort of list. So we have the art of Zootopia, the art of Raya and the Last Dragon, the art of Tangled, the art of Tangled, and then the art of Turning Red. And then lastly, and personally my favorite, the art of Toy Story 3. If you want my personal opinion, Toy Story 3 is like the best movie ever in the series. And funny enough, if you don't know, there's confirmed rumors that Toy Story 5 is coming out or like in the works. At this point, nothing can beat Toy Story 3, but I am ready to be proven wrong if Toy Story 5 ends up being one of the best movies ever. Who knows? It could. It depends who is involved and who they have working in the movie production. But let's start with my personal favorite. So my personal favorite is Toy Story. By the way, I did not know this when I got the book, but I got this book off of Amazon. It has signatures of the people who wrote the foreword or like the foreword, and they signed it. But essentially, what I really love about Toy Story when I grew up is that it inspired me a lot about like creativity and how like objects coming to life when you're not looking at them, when you're not paying attention to them. But I really, really love just the general art in this book because it covers a lot in like the exploration in like Woody and Buzz. Like I'm a Buzz fan, always have been. It feels lifelike. So it's like you're viewing the world through these toys lens. It just feels lifelike. Something like that. And the artist involved in making this like environment is what I really love a lot because I myself am a hoarder and I have like, I also have clothes on the floor, useless knickknacks, things that I don't even use and they're in my room. And all the different exploration, Andy's family, Andy's sister, like we could have gotten this, all these different characters that they explored. I just really love how much sketching they did here, but they don't really show anything else other than that. We have like this page for Andy. They give the toys, and this is actually what I really loved. They tell you that the toys were designed by an actual child. She's the inspiration for Bonnie, essentially. But she also drew these characters. That's what I really love. They took an actual drawing and brought it to life. But again, sorry. All these books just essentially contain behind the scenes of how the concepts started and how they finished. So books is that you get to understand how they started with the concept sketches and what it looked like, how each character looked like before they got to the final design. And Turning Red was a movie that I think did it really well because it's through the lens of a director that has a different, what do you call it, preference. The preference is like anime inspiration. Like all of this is inspired by animation, from the emotions to the special effects and the overall feel. Each one has my gosh, I can't think. Let me stop the oh my gosh, should I stop the recording? We're almost at 20 minutes. That's insane. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna be editing this forever. Thailand, all the different countries, and there's 5 nations, and the 5 nations are kind of inspired by certain countries, and that's what I really love because being a Cambodian, I can understand and see some inspirations where they drew from because I would say that Thailand and Cambodia are pretty close in culture. When movies just sort of give a representation to certain cultures through just the food, but maybe through certain environments, like Cambodia's, some parts are in water, but most of the time it's like it, I don't know. I've never been to Cambodia, but I've only seen videos. Story aspect, and I love the illustration parts like this, where it's like full pages that speak to certain cultures. Like maybe I could do one, but again, they traveled. They went to Southeast Asia. But again, that was Ryan the Last Dragon. Each one is great in their own way. And then this is this is Tangled. What I really really love about Tangled was that Glenn Keane was a part of the making of this movie, um, and understanding why they're not working, but also how to improve it. And that's what I feel Glenn Keane really dives deep into, because he, like, for example, like this, he created a whole library with how the hair interacts with things, and how it just sort of has a flow and rhythm. So it's like all these different things, you twist it, all that stuff, and it's just really great to understand their thought process. Like, that's what I really enjoy about specifically this Tangled art book, is that it goes deeper into the notes. Like, I really, really enjoy this part. You get all these different notes, and you understand, like it says here, signature Rapunzel hair swoop. Note eyelashes need to be bigger and travel around the eye more. Not current just design for bodice. Fabric too loose on arms. Accent lace on sleeves. Create characters that, like, they have their role. They have a unique aspect and element that really makes them pop out in the movie. And I really love the environment because it feels like, it's Zootopia. It's a utopia of animals. And I didn't really get to read the details onto how they, design each animal and what role they play. But overall, I really enjoy just seeing the sketches and exploration what they did for each character. Okay, so if you don't know this book is The Illusion of Life, Disney animation, Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston. The reason why I have this book is because I myself am an animator. Essentially, the reason why I have this book is that it goes into the basics of animation, the principles of animation. It says squash and stretch, anticipation, staging, straight ahead action and pose to pose, follow through and overlapping action, slow in, slow out, arcs, secondary action, timing, exaggeration, solid drawing, and appeal. So this book goes deep into certain aspects of characters in certain films, or characters that you see in Disney films. This book really goes deep into certain artists that worked at the studio with Walt Disney himself. With Walt, so the animation studios look for, even if this is from, like the 90s or earlier, it's all very helpful because it teaches you how each artist made their voice heard and why they were successful at doing their job. And I think that I have learned a lot from reading this book. Like, I haven't read it completely, but I've read certain paragraphs. So this book is very huge. There's like over 400 pages. So it's a lot. It's over 500 pages, around 550. So it's a lot of It's a lot of information. But as of right now, I'm more interested in the history because I really want to understand the importance of it. So I hope that this helped you. This helped you in any way to understand if this book is right for you or not. This is an art book, and the artist is Jackie Drusko. I hope I pronounced that right. But what I really love about this art book is that it is the making of Mismatched. And if you don't know the film, I can link it in the description, and I hope you go check it out because it's such a great film. But essentially, this book covers the behind the scenes, and so I really love that about this book is that this is my favorite part, the film checklist. Like, there's so much that goes into making a film, but I really enjoy just the overall character exploration that they did with this, and all the different character designs. I really enjoy this part because Jackie does a great job with character expressions and stylized characters. They do a great job with that. I love the character expressions that they explore with or experiment with. And I really enjoy this part because it just really shows the different types of exploration that they did. And it says right here, if the props were treated like the lineless and textured backgrounds, it would be really difficult to animate because a character is lined. It only makes sense to line the piles of clothes, even the ones that aren't interacted with. Like, that's what I really enjoy is that they explain why it doesn't work in a specific way, but why everything in the film that they made, which is like a minute and 30 seconds, I think it was like less than 2 minutes. But um, what I'm trying to say is that everything that they designed, everything that they experimented with from start to finish, in the final product, everything has an intention and a purpose. Talented and hardworking, and all my grease. I'm so sorry, but I have very sweaty fingers, and this book is collecting all of that. I'm so sorry, but this book is so beautiful. Like, even though it's so compact, it's short and sweet, and it contains the essential information of what went on behind the scenes, and that's what I really love. So thank you, Jackie Drusko, for making this book because you are an inspiration to beginner and current animators, filmmakers. So thank you so much. And if you don't know, I pre-ordered this book, so I actually got the exclusive print, which unfortunately isn't signed. But maybe if I'm able to meet Jackie Drusko in person, I would love to get this signed. But again, those are all the books. Those are all the art books that I have. And if any of them helped you in any way to sort of pick one up and out of inspiration or things that maybe you're interested in, I hope that they helped in any way. And thank you again so much for watching the video. Thank you again. I hope this video has been helpful. And if you find any of the books, I will try to link them in the description. So look out for that, and look out for the next video because I'm hoping to do more study drawings videos where I sort of experiment with drawing something. And thank you for watching the video. So have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.